What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm D.Knight, and can we stay out front?
Cause it's game time and I'm ready. Game time and I'm ready. Yeah, it's game time and I'm ready. Game time and I'm ready. Can't stop my hustle. No, you can't stop my shine. I ain't come to make no friends. I just came to get what's mine.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Miami Dolphins franchise rebuild. We currently stand at 5-4, and we're at the top of the AFC East. It's very convoluted, as you see the top three teams are 5-4, and the Bills, who were actually first just a couple weeks ago, are at 4-5. Our offense still has its struggles, but is actually doing better than last year, as it's the 27th ranked team. And our defense is actually doing worse than they did last year, as they are the 13th ranked team. So hopefully we're able to kind of get everything together, start winning games, get to the postseason. Last week we did end up winning a weekly award. It is Christian Wilkins with his 7-tackle, 3-sack, 1 forced fumble game. I think that actually might be our first player of the week, so that's pretty exciting. We also have a breakout player chance, which is Anthony McFarland Jr. Coming back from injury, he gets his chance. I think it's worth it. I mean, tell you the truth, he looks great every time he plays. So, pretty excited about that. The negotiations, we're not really looking at anything currently. I'm still scouting some defensive ends for Agba. Those two guys are going to regress. Defetti, not interested. Rowe, really depending on if there's any safeties in the classes that we might be able to grab. Tabor is definitely an option. Williams is an option. Smythe, definitely. Ledbetter, probably not. Morgan Fox, I kind of like him. Tyree Jackson, again, same thing. We're going to be looking into the draft, see if we can find a backup quarterback or not. But what we need to do is get through Week 11, Week 12, and Week 13. We do have the 2-7 Raiders, and then we have a very good Texans team in Week 12, which I think is the game we're going to showcase. And then Week 13, the Falcons are actually, I think, 5-4. So that would be a pretty cool game, and we don't really get to see them much, but I think the Texans, who I believe are 6-3, are going to be a much tougher matchup, and we always want to watch us with the tough matchups, right? Because pretty much at home against a bad team, this might actually be the game that we lose in this episode, because we just can't seem to get it together at home. But it's a Thursday night game. Raiders, Dolphins, let's see if we can get a win. And we end up getting revenge as we beat the Raiders 20-16. Our offense looked actually pretty sharp, but again, we couldn't really get into the end zone. We did have to score in the 2-minute drill in the fourth quarter to get the win, but we won and we lost the turnover battle again. So we're starting to really figure out how to win even if everything doesn't go our way. Trevor Lawrence did throw 2 picks, but he also had 336 yards and 2 touchdowns. Anthony McFarland could not quite get his breakout chance. He had 80 all-purpose yards instead of the 100, so that's a little bit disappointing. We were really running the ball good early, but then they shut us down. They actually have a really good run defense. Preston Williams broke out today, 86 yards and a touchdown. Justin Jefferson actually got the game-winning touchdown. That's his 3rd of the year, which is insane. David Carr, 218, a touchdown and a pick. That pick came at the very end of the game. So really, we almost won this game with having a -2 turnover differential, which is crazy. Cameron Brate, he led with 10 receptions, 73 yards. So we were able to do it. We got a little bit of revenge. Hopefully this continues. So now it is time to jump into Week 12. We are still currently in first place right there with the Patriots. I'm not sure who has the tiebreakers, but it looks like we do. But we have a very tough game at NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. We have to face Deshaun Watson, J.J. Watt, and DeAndre Hopkins, and let alone the first ranked defense in the league. But we do have something that's slighted into our favor. We're on the road. Oh, that sounds terrible to say. But let's jump into the game. Let's get this done.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And let's look here at the Houston offense.
With DeAndre Hopkins, I think anyone who's calling plays for him has 0 limitations. And what I mean by that is he's a guy you can move outside, you can move him inside, play him on the left side, on the right side. It doesn't matter. Some guys, they have to have the ball in a certain spot. Not Hopkins. Long, short, intermediate. He just wants the football. And then after that, he usually does some pretty good damage with run after catch.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
A yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That's going to set him back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Back to throw. Lawrence. And this is caught. It's Parker. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. And, Charles, now we get our first look at this offense.
And one guy you have to look at in particular is Kyle Long. Can play guard or tackle with a nice degree of nastiness.
To throw on 3rd down. Lawrence. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Bonnie Calhoun. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Parker unable to get that one. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And Stills bringing it in. And down inside the 15 he goes. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Regretted that he didn't touch the ball.
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
So from the 2, now they move back to the 7-yard line. First and goal. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. On the defensive side here, the starters for the Texans. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And there he goes again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, Lawrence. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 62 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
And look great in film.
On 3rd down, Lawrence looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot on the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is good.
Puts us out of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Watson. It's complete. Stills. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. On 1st down, Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40 at the 42-yard line. Out of the gun, Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Dumping it off for Johnson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short.
Plenty of leg.
Throwing on 1st down. Lawrence completes it to the tight end, Smythe. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
On the ready. 41's the mic. Check 41. It's been a long day for you.
Off the play fake. Lawrence. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
They have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Coming to you.
On the jet sweep, here comes Fuller. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts, one of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. Going to give this time to the tailback. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Check 31.
A quick throw there out to Williams. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Mike 5-5. Mike 55. Mike 5-5.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert On 3rd and 9. He's going to float the... That's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Lawrence. Complete over the middle to Hardy. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. 2nd and 1. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Looking to throw. Lawrence firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. So here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. 14. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And it's caught. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader. 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The coachman in Orlando, he'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 45 yards. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them with defenders jostling them in order to keep their concentration and haul it in.
Watson now to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Christian Wilkins. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now it's Watson. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Bullock's kick is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. And he whips that one incomplete there. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Lawrence. It gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Lawrence. And he finds Parker here, complete. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. 2nd and 3. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And this is Parker, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and it's the Chiefs who are out in front as they move towards halftime. Patrick Mahomes killing it. 3 touchdown passes. From there, we'll head down to the Meadowlands to check on the Giants at home in MetLife Stadium. And they trail that one to the visiting Oakland Raiders. The Raiders looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check on the Saints at home at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Josh Dotson, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast.
On first down, Lawrence. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
10 logo. Here we go, G. Get off the field.
To throw on second down, Lawrence. It's complete to Williams. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And this is caught. It's Parker. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route,
throwing on first down, Lawrence. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Back to throw, Lawrence. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is right there. It's good, And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16
what
to
they
10.
have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Here we go, here we go. Let's go.
From the gun on third, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
That he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
51, 51. Come on, baby.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Here we go.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. A good pickup there, 26 yards throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Watson. He'll find Everett there, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Watson. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. And Bullock will put this one through. And the lead is back down to 3 here at 16-13.
That's the one that bothers me more.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35 and 10. Looking to throw. Lawrence. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there for the Dolphins. 47 yards.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, 2 hands, 2 hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with a defender right there. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. Well, this is caught by Williams. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. From the gun, Lawrence. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did. Field goal way of doing it. Makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. First and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Johnson. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, baby. 19. Check 53 is mine. We own it.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. To throw is Watson. A little short pass. This is Everett. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 11. Now Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Now Watson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw, Watson. And Stills bringing it in. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Watson now to throw. And he's got it. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Gerald Everett, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
Okay, I know it's an old line, but it still applies here. The fat lady has not sung yet. She may be warming up, but she hasn't sung yet. There's still an opportunity.
Comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Lawrence. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Watson. He's got Fuller. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, Watson. It's complete. Stills. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. To the air yet again, Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. It's complete to Hopkins. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. From the 50, it's Watson. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Watson on first down. He gets this one to Johnson. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Watson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. That'll be third down. He's back to throw, and that is incomplete.
Off just by a bit. Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And we are all tied here in the final stages. That start that they had on him.
You've got to harass him early in his route. Right off the line of scrimmage, someone needs to be there. So it's not what we call a free release, where he just gets into the route so easily. Because once he builds up momentum and speed, forget it, you're done. Knock him off of that, chip him.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now on third down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. From the end zone, Watson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team get in field goal range to win a game, still having to make that transition, let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Here we go. Watch the pass.
On the ground, this is Johnson.
In that situation, I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Watch the screen.
Watson operating from the gun. Going deep here for Stills. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. Watson looks to throw again. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Well in his rearview mirror, I think 800, not out of line here.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. They need 8 8 yards on third down. From the gun, here's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. They want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Second and 13. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
60 or. That's it, baby. We got work.
Right back to him on first down. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. The Texans here on third down putting an extra defender in the secondary.
We got 3.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And it's caught by Parker. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Lawrence. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
On the set. 41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike. 5.
Now a handoff looking right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Looking to throw on second down. Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been terrific so far. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs rolled around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us. We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Meh.
Yeah,
MEH, man. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.
Well, that was a bit anticlimactic as we end up tying 23-23. We didn't look like we had any sense of urgency in overtime there. I mean, it is what it is. Again, we had our 1 turnover, a pick by Lawrence. Couldn't get any of them. So I guess we consistently battled again, but against the number 1 ranked defense, we were able to get 340 yards of offense. So maybe the offense is finally turning around. Our rushing, not so much, but, you know, passing-wise, not too bad. Lawrence finished with 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, and that pick. Parker had 127 yards. Gesicki, 71 yards and a score. Wilkins actually had 2 sacks. He was really the only defender that kind of stood out to me. Deshaun Watson tore our secondary apart. I don't really know what's wrong with our secondary. 330 yards and a touchdown. Hopkins had 96. We are having terrible times with tight ends. I'm not exactly sure what we need to do, but their number 1 tight end, Gerald Everett, had 100 yards and a score. So I think we really have to look at pass coverage with our linebackers, see if we can slow that down a little bit. Well, a disappointing tie to the Texans, but we are currently in first place all by ourselves in the AFC East with that sweet 6-4-1 record since the Patriots lost last week. I mean, it was a game that we should have had. We didn't, but there was something I forgot to tell you guys. And that bad news is Jerome Baker, middle linebacker, got hurt against the Texans. He will be out for 4 weeks with a shoulder tear. This is pretty devastating. Raekwon McMillan is actually going to move to middle linebacker. Robertson's going to switch over to left outside linebacker, and I'm going to give Bryce Sturck an opportunity to start at right since he's really the only scheme fit. But we do have Nasiril Dean and Van Ginkel right there as well, just in case he struggles. So this will be the final game of the episode. It's week 13 in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and Atlanta actually has gone on a bit of a tear, so they are 7-4. So this should be another interesting matchup, but let's see if we can't get a nice little upset win here against Atlanta. And we end up getting absolutely handled against the Falcons. They almost had 500 yards offensively. Are we missing Jerome Baker? Kind of looks like it. Our offense, 300 yards. I mean, nothing too crazy. Lawrence threw for 224. Didn't throw an interception, so I mean, that's a plus. McFarland has 67 yards, but 2 touchdowns. Gesicki did have 101 yards, but Ryan threw for 272 and 2 scores. Freeman ran for 161 with 2 scores, including a 92-yard touchdown run. I'm not exactly sure what happened in this game at all. Our defense looked lackadaisical. Our offense was just not the offense that we were accustomed to since they were taking great leaps and bounds. Real tough game for us. It's probably going to knock us out of first place in the AFC East. So a disappointing last 2 weeks in this episode. It is what it is. We're still a young team. We're still challenging. And, I mean, we are second place right now in the AFC East, but Kirk Cousins and the Patriots they're just not stopping. They've gotten super hot. But first, what we need to do is take a look at the upgrades for the episode and our draft board. We're going to start the upgrades here with Christian Wilkins. We're going to go into Speed Rusher. Doesn't get him up in overall, but his finesse moves need the work. +3, that's exactly what I need. Star wideout Devontae Parker, we're going to go into physical, get him up to, well, now he is an 82 overall, in quotation marks, even though that morale boost is up there a little bit. +2 on release isn't bad. Superstar quarterback Trevor Lawrence, and we're going to go into field general, get him scheme fit just a little bit more. He goes up to an 81 overall, +2 play action and throw under pressure is not bad. Starting right tackle Darren Paulo will get one as well, and we're going to go into agile, gets him up to a 79 plus a scheme fit, so he's going to get more experience each week, which is everything that I've been doing to try to get him there. Defensive end Emmanuel Agba, we're going to go into speed rusher. It's going to keep him at 77 overall, but he needs a little bit of work in the finesse move department. He got +3. Wiley vet Ben Jones, we're going to go into agile. Gets him up to a 77 overall, but again, the regression bug's going to hit him at the end of this year. Starting left tackle Penei Sewell, and we're going to go into agile. Get him up to a 76 with the green. I love it. And +2 on pass block finesse. Starting outside linebacker Merlin Robertson, we're going to go into power rusher because I'm probably going to move him to right, and I want him to be the scheme fit over there. 74 overall, +2 awareness, +2 power moves. Slot cornerback Avery Young, we are going into the slot archetype, get him up to a 74. Kind of want to get to that 75 mark, and then we can kind of start well rounding him out. Backup defensive end Morgan Fox, we're going to go into power rusher, get him that extra overall, and pretty much he's a great backup. Middle linebacker Lakia Henry, we're going to go into the field general archetype, get him up to a 73 overall. He doesn't play as much, even though we're really in the scheme for 2 middle linebackers, but we usually only play 1. Backup outside linebacker Hamza Nasiril Dean gets his first playing time, gets an upgrade. Beautiful. We're going to go into run stopper for him. It doesn't move him up in overall, but kind of want to get him towards that scheme fit. Starting wideout Preston Williams. Again, he's not really doing what I kind of want him to do, but he does move up to 70 overall as we went into route runner, and he got +3 deep route, which isn't bad. Wide out and returner Justin Jefferson, and I think we're going to go into route runner for him because that's his lowest. To tell you the truth, all this guy does is catch touchdowns. I absolutely love it, and we get short route, so that's not bad. Durham Smythe here, and tell you the truth, contract year, not sure I love this guy. We're going to go into possession, get him up to a 70 overall, and tell you the truth, he plays above his overall, so he might have a contract in the future. Damon Hazelton, who, tell you the truth, he actually impresses me every time he gets on the field. We're going to go into deep threat for him, get him up to a 69 overall. He's close to the 70. Everybody's catching up to you, Preston. You better watch out. Backup corner, Jaquan Amos. We're going to go into slot, try to get him up to that scheme fit so he gets some extra experience every week. +2 play rec, +2 tackle. Backup defensive end, Jonathan Ledbetter. It's contract year for him. I'm not sure if we're going to sign him. He does move up to a 68 overall, but I believe his contract's very friendly, so we'll have to see. Backup tight end, Trey McKitty, with Durham Smythe having a contract year. I might need him to step into that third role, go into possession, and he got a ton of upgrades. So now it is time to take a look at our draft board and pretty much showcase how strong this lineman class is, as we found a couple of really good gems in the later rounds. Starting here with junior left guard Lucas Lloyd, 6'6", 340 out of Stanford. Archetype is power. He has good run block, good impact block, good lead block. His talent is late first round, projected in the middle of the 6th round. He's given up 4 sacks so far for a decent Stanford team that likes to throw the ball. But really, I mean, this is just an absolute gem to have down in the 6th round. And if you thought the last one was a gem, then this guy is even better. Junior right tackle Amani Dillon, 6'6", 326 pounder out of BYU. Same archetype, power, top skills, pass block, impact block, lead block. Late first rounder, projected late in the 7th round. He's given up 1 sack for BYU this year. He just pretty much dominates anybody at the point of attack. And then we also have senior right tackle Joey Zahn, 6'6", 334 pounds out of FCS powerhouse North Dakota State. He fits our archetype as agile. He has good run block finesse, good pass block power. Late first round talent, middle 7th round projected. He did give up 8 sacks this year. He's been battling some knee injuries. To tell you the truth, I would love to have this guy on the team. But that's where we're going to wrap up this episode. When we come back, we will get through week 14 and 15. And then the episode after, we will get through 16 and 17. So let me know if you want to watch the Bucs game or the Steelers game. The Steelers right now are super struggling. They're 2-9-1. The Bucs, however, are 7-5. And again, it's a away game or a home game for us. So those are always exciting. We never know if we're going to win or not, or even if it's a bad team. We just have super amount of issues. We will also probably negotiate a little bit as well, since we haven't really been finding any defensive ends. So Agba is probably going to be there. Tight ends as well. So Durham Smythe might end up getting a contract offer. But thanks again for watching. And as always, stay frosty, and I'll see you in the next episode. D.Knight, out.
They thought it was a game till I came back with that